You are listening to the Sunny and PHX podcast, the YouTube edition. Every week we take a clip from the full episode and put it up on here specifically for you guys. If you want to listen to the full thing, check it out on Deepish Thoughts, the lovely podcast network we're a part of. You can hit that up by deepishthoughts.com or sunnyandphxpod.com, or in a few days it'll be up here on YouTube.
All right, let's talk about these new Suns jerseys, and a lot of mixed reactions from them. A lot of people love them, a lot of people aren't too big on them, but let's start things off with what they call the Association Edition, and that's our white one, and it has orange text and purple numbers. A little different swap in the text and number colors, which we're just having two different ones. I think that's not very regular, I guess. I don't know. It seems a little odd, but I like how it looks, and I guess the first thing I want to say is I'm happy with the amount of purple and orange that we got to see in these two jerseys.
Yeah, with how things had been going the last few years with the current redesign on the jerseys and how it seems we're always going, I've always been super afraid that we're just going to end up dropping purple and go full Halloween. But with the change to the court last year, adding more purple in, and with these new jerseys, I feel really good about the amount of purple in these jerseys in general and that we're using. And that kind of adds up also with the fact that, as we talked about last week, we're going to be having the old school jerseys from late 60s, early 70s, and using that purple and really showing that, hey, this is kind of part of the history of the team, so everyone remember that. And I dig that. I dig that a lot.
I really like these white jerseys. Of all of the new uniforms that I've seen, my favorite one is our white one. And obviously that comes with a lot of bias, but I really like the different color suns and then the number being a different color than that. I think that's awesome. They look really good. The shorts look amazing. They look better on the purple jerseys, but I think it's really cool. And it's going to be interesting to see when we decide to wear what uniform, now that white isn't designated for home and the team color isn't designated for away anymore.
I know you just said that you like kind of the numbers and the either Suns or Phoenix on either of the jerseys, them being different. I gotta say I'm not the biggest fan of that.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know what it is about it. I really like things being a little bit more uniform, and I know none of these jerseys are really crazy standout different, and that's fine, but I don't know. I really have I have almost a problem from with my eyes just seeing the two different colors for those, and I really wish that either they layered it so that way it looked more similar to how the lettering was, or they just kept it the same color, because there's just something there that I'm not the biggest fan of. That's not saying that I don't like these jerseys, because I told you guys that I was probably going to be buying them once I could buy them. But there's just something about that I'm not the biggest fan of with the different color lettering and numbers.
Yeah, when I first saw them, I said, this looks different, and I couldn't put my finger on it for about a second until I realized they were different colors. But the more I've been looking at them, I'm used to it already, I guess. And I think they're pretty sharp. And
Yep.
Yeah, Mitch, you said earlier the shorts are cool. They're incredible. I love those shorts.
Yes.
They are very sharp.
I want to buy the jersey, but I want to buy those shorts. Maybe even more so, or just as much so. Let's go with that.
I will say I think they were a little more creative with the shorts than they were with the tops on those jerseys. I think everyone was kind of trying to be a little safe with the tops, and everything's a little uniform and kind of very similar. But I think the shorts are definitely a standout and really make the rest of the jersey, build it up in comparison to the other jerseys in the NBA right now.
Well, and I like that because we went away from the sunburst going into the numbers on the old Adidas jerseys. Now that we don't have that, I like that we have some semblance of the sunburst or just the sun theme on the shorts.
So, how about sponsorships? We've seen numerous teams with the little ad patches on their jerseys now, and I kind of expected that to be unveiled when we unveiled the jerseys, but we still haven't heard anything about that. I guess I didn't research this at all, but are all teams going to have sponsor patches this year, or what's the case?
No, not every team will have a sponsor patch. It's just open, basically, from my understanding. Teams can choose not to have a sponsor, or they can choose to have a sponsor. I know for sure that the Lakers aren't having a sponsor, Suns, handful of other ones, but I think everyone with a current sponsor has been announced, and I think that how it's set up is that if there's not a sponsor on the jerseys when they were released, there's not a sponsor for the year.
I didn't realize that.
Well, that's cool.
That's the impression that I'm under, is that the sponsors would have been revealed by now for each team, and that if the jerseys were revealed without a sponsor, that for the season there is no sponsor.
I think it's still possible. Well, I know it's still possible for us to get a sponsor next year then. And I told you guys this, but I'll mention it again, that after seeing what Denver's jerseys were like with the Western Union patch, like that looked horrible, and I just had this like nightmare that the Suns would be sponsored by Waste Management and have that green and yellow on the purple and orange jersey, and like that is a fear that I think about daily.
If I were the CEO of a huge company or whatever, and I was looking to put my patch on a team's jersey, I'd say, yo, change the color to purple and orange, or whatever. Really. You'd think people would be down with that, but like that Milwaukee Bucks jersey with the Harley Davidson patch on it now, I mean, that sticks out so much. I don't know if I like that.
Right.
And I mean, I guess I'm thankful that NBA jerseys are pretty much, well, have always been free of advertisements when you compare it to soccer and the WNBA. Excuse me. but yeah, I don't know. I just see that I'd be less willing to buy a jersey if it had a sponsor tag that didn't look good or was a company I didn't like. I guess I don't dislike any companies that much at this point in my life, but I don't know. I'm glad we're not having one on if that's the case.
And the thing I saw, I forget where this was or if it was credible or what, but what I saw was that even the teams that do have sponsors, when you go to the team store to buy that jersey, it doesn't have the patch on there.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yep.
That makes sense.
Because, I'm not going to be a walking advertisement for fries or whatever.
And I will say,
Orange
not like all
fries
of the
would be cool,
sponsors.
not gonna lie.
I will say, like, not all of the sponsor badges are like really that bad. I think the Cleveland one is fine. What is the other one? Oh my gosh, I just had it open. I'm trying to look for it now.
But Minnesota Fitbit.
Minnesota's fine. Utah's isn't really that bad either. Honestly, the
like
GE
Utah's
on the Celtics is kind of fine. They kind of match the colors and stuff. So, like, not all of them are bad, but the ones that are bad are pretty bad.
Yes, I agree.
All right, so go for it.
No, I am trying to double check on that, but NBA teams are allowed to sell jersey sponsorships, and I think they've been released by now, but I don't. It's like it's not a for sure. You don't have to, and I think a lot of teams are choosing not to, at least for the season, and whether that means that they will in the future or not, who knows. But just wanted to say that I was trying to find some sort of article where I thought I had read that, but so far no luck to you good listeners or something. I don't know. I was trying to make that sound super lame, and it didn't sound as lame as I wanted.
I think they'll forgive you.
It was pretty lame, don't worry.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
All right, so 2 more jerseys yet to come. I think we're going to get a black one. I was wrong with my 90s prediction for our 2 normal jerseys. Maybe with that black one we'll get a bit of a 90s touch. What do you guys think we'll see out of the other 2, though?
Well, I'm excited for the black one. There better be a black one because historically we have had amazing black uniforms. So, looking forward to that. The rumblings on Twitter, which who knows if they're true or not, is that we will not have an orange jersey, primarily orange. So it'll be interesting to see if they go with something gray like we have in the past, or, who knows what they'll do.
Yeah, the rumblings in the orange one, kind of makes sense. If we're trying to evoke a different time period, I feel like just with the same way that we're wearing the old school jerseys this year, that these jerseys do kind of evoke more of an old school vibe and kind of a quote unquote tradition with the Suns. So it wouldn't surprise me if there was no orange one. The orange ones normally have been like my least favorite jerseys since we've had them. So I'm totally fine with that. I think we're definitely having a black one. So many teams have black jerseys, and I think that it's something that we've done enough and that we can kind of play it off of the tradition style thing as well. And, for maybe a 4th jersey, I really would not be surprised if we had some sort of maybe like you said, kind of like 90s throwbacky with the sunburst, but kind of updated and newer looking, but just some way. We have had that sunburst with the last jerseys, and something that's a little similar to that, or something with the logo maybe a little bit more predominant on the jerseys would not surprise me whatsoever.
What about, do you think that this is a possibility to go with something like Atlanta with the neon? Do you think we'll see something like that possibly?
If we're cutting out orange, then we're not going to add like a neon color or have some sort of neon jersey.
But I think about, I know this is completely separate, but what the Diamondbacks have done with their colors and added that neon blue, it actually looks really good. So, I don't think we'll do that, but it might be interesting if we did something like that.
I think black and neon orange highlighter orange would be cool.
Yeah, that would be.
I think for sure with the I keep on hitting my mic. I think for sure with the black jerseys there'll be orange highlights, very similar to the all black jerseys that we had the last couple of years, because those were super popular, I think, and I think that something more akin to that than something way completely different and new is probably what we're looking at.
You just have to keep in mind that Nike likes to shake things up sometimes.
Yeah, and not that many teams have really shaken things up that much. We were one of the few that kind of did a almost full redesign, so.
Yeah, that's true.
T-Wolves, though, that was quite a change.
Man, those jerseys are terrible.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I like the idea, but I don't like the execution.
They look like practice jerseys. The T-Wolves have one of the coolest color schemes in the whole league, and they're not even utilizing it.
Yeah, they just brought in that bright green accent. That looked cool.
They just moved over to straight Seahawks colors, so.
Yeah.
Right. As much as I hate that team, I do love those colors together.
That's true.
I feel like they are missing quite a bit on accents for that color if they added it. I don't know. I don't hate those jerseys as much as I am just not a fan of the Pacers' new jerseys.
Yeah, those look like practice.
I like the
jerseys
Pacers ones better than the T-Wolves ones.
Ooh, I don't know about that one, man.
I'm going with it. I really do. I just really, really don't like those Pacers ones. Or not Pacers, the T-Wolves ones. I like the Denver ones better than the T-Wolves ones.
Well, I mean, the Denver ones are what? It's just like the wording, Denver or whatever. It's nothing like crazy.
Yeah, they're very simple.
Yeah, that's the thing with a lot of these Nike jerseys is they are just, some of them are so simple, and it's like, look, not all these teams like were around back in the day to have a tradition of having simple jerseys or have at least simple jerseys to go look at. Like, I don't know, man. I just think that I get it. They did it because they're trying not to be too crazy with the new ones, and they're probably going to do some sort of new jersey in a year or two. But still, it's just we could have done with a little bit more creativity, but everyone's too afraid to be creative, and it being similar to the 90s where everything was trying to be creative, and then most of it died out like as soon as the 90s were over.
Yeah. The 90s were a different time.
A simpler time. Or
just need to move to Portland.
are those free range chickens?
All right.
Sorry.
Well, all right. I think that's a good way to end Fashion Hour with Chuck, David, and Mitch. So
the three most fashionable people I know.
Yeah, you know it, man.
I hope you enjoyed this clip from Sunny and PHX. Thanks for listening. Check out the full episode here on YouTube or at Deepish Thoughts. Once again, those URLs, deepishthoughts.com, or you can just type in sunnyandphxpod.com. Like, comment, subscribe, and go Suns.